In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make a soft voice sound confident. Now, this is a Q&A video where I received a question on how to make a soft voice confident. So I'm going to teach you some practical tips in this video, and we're going to get straight into it. I'm Cara Ronan, and I help emerging leaders just like you build your visibility and influence so you can unlock your leadership potential. Now, if this is the first time you're watching this channel and you want more videos like this, then make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And don't forget to download your leadership evaluation toolkit before you leave. The link is in the description below. So the question I received was this. I have a very soft voice, and often due to my soft voice, I'm not seen as assertive or convincing. How do I fix this? This question was sent in from somebody called J Deep. So thank you, J Deep, for this question. And this is how I'm going to answer it. So a soft voice is actually very common. There are many people, both men and women, who have a soft voice and have difficulty conveying confidence and coming across as assertive. Personally, I have had experience with this myself. I have a very soft voice. So over the years, I've had to learn how to tweak my voice so I come across as more confident and more assertive in business. And I want to share those techniques with you in this video. Tip 1 is avoid the upswing. So what is the upswing? The upswing is the rising intonation at the end of a statement, not a question, because for a question you need that rising intonation. But when you are communicating a statement, you don't need that rising intonation. So here's an example. Hi, my name is Cara. I'm the founder of Executive Impressions, compared to the downswing, which sounds like this. Hi, my name is Cara. I'm the founder of Executive Impressions. Do you see the difference? The rising intonation at the end of the statement, that is what you want to be careful of. Why is the upswing so bad? Well, how did it make me sound in the first example? Did it make me sound hesitant, insecure, unsure of myself? It absolutely did. That is what the upswing conveys and communicates to people when you use it. It makes you sound hesitant. It makes you sound unsure of yourself. It makes you sound like you lack confidence. These are all clues you're giving to the other person that's going to lead them to think you are young, you are inexperienced, and that you lack confidence. To help people see you as experienced and as confident, you need to use the downswing for your statements. For example, hi, my name is Cara. I'm the founder of Executive Impressions. Number 2, increase your volume. The volume of your voice has a significant impact on how others perceive you. When you raise the volume of your voice, you also raise the amount of authority that you project and the amount of confidence that you project. I found that in order to increase my volume, all I need to do is to breathe deeper, to push more air out of my lungs as I speak. But you don't want to speak too loud because it can be overbearing and it can make you come across as too abrasive. You need to find the level that's just above your normal speaking level. And what I found really helps with this is breathing correctly, which leads us to the next point. Number 3 is master your breathing. When you draw more air into your lungs, you can push more air out of your lungs, which makes your voice more powerful and more confident. Now, how do you do this? First, you need good posture so that you can make room for the increased air that you're going to draw into your lungs. So make sure you have good posture and keep your back straight. And use diaphragmatic breathing. So what is diaphragmatic breathing? Well, what I want you to do is put your hand on your stomach just above your belly button. Breathe in and feel your stomach rise. Now breathe out and feel your stomach go back down. This is diaphragmatic breathing, and this is where you want to aim your breaths towards. This is how you know you are breathing correctly. And when you use this while you're speaking, you'll be able to bring in more air into your lungs, push out more air, which will make your voice sound louder and more powerful. Number 4 is to find your optimal speaking rate. Now, sometimes when we speak too fast, it makes us sound stressed or nervous. Sometimes when we speak too slow, it makes us sound boring. You really need to find the right balance for your optimal speaking rate. How can you find your current speaking rate? Well, the best way to go about this is to ask a friend or a trusted colleague if they find you speak too fast or you speak too slow. Another thing you can do is to take note of whether people keep interrupting you during conversation. If they do, then that could signal that you are speaking too slow, they're getting bored with the conversation, and they feel they can just jump in and interrupt you. You can also take note of whether people keep stopping you during conversation and asking you questions. If they do, it could signal that you're speaking too fast and they can't quite follow what you're saying. Number 5 is use the other person's name. So when you use the other person's name in conversation, it makes them feel important, it makes them feel special, and it makes them feel that you care enough about them to remember and use their name. Dale Carnegie once said, "A person's name to him or her is the sweetest, most important sound in any language." This is absolutely true. If you use the other person's name in conversation in a friendly way, not in a bossy or authoritative way, it will help them feel special and it will help them feel that you really care about them. Now, how do you use somebody's name in conversation? Well, I usually put it at either the beginning or at the end of the sentence or the question that I'm asking. Here are some examples. Dana, could you take care of the invoice for XYZ company by this afternoon? Or, I need that invoice for XYZ company by this afternoon. Do you think you can manage that, Dana? I've noticed that when I use the other person's name either at the beginning or the end of the sentence or question, it really helps me connect with them. It makes them feel special and it makes me sound more confident. So let me know in the comments, do you have a soft voice and how will you try to make it sound stronger and more powerful? If you did like this video and you want more videos like this, then make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to check out the other videos I have on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you again next week.